Hello everyone and welcome to Bethlehem Area Public Library's YouTube page or Facebook page. My name is Janine Santoro and today we are going to be making our own mythical mermaid garden. Some of you may have heard of fairy gardens, which you'll see with potted plants, little ceramic fairies, and really cute mythical creatures thrown in there. But since it's summertime and since our theme for this year is Imagine Your Story, we thought we would take it a different way and try and make our own mythical mermaid gardens, which kind of brings us into the season of beachiness and summer. So to get started with this project, you're going to need a few things. The first thing you're going to need is your favorite porcelain mermaid. If there's one from your childhood, or if you have one of your child's toys that he or she doesn't want anymore, you can use one of those. I'm also going to be using sea glass in the demonstration. You can buy a variety of sea glass from Amazon or from craft stores. Or if you're feeling adventurous and you live by a beach, you can go to the beach and get some sea glass as well. I also ordered these little aquarium decorations, and these are really nifty and they will add extra color to our mythical mermaid garden. If you have any shells by you, or if you collect shells, you could also add a few, not too many because we don't want to make it cluttered, but you could pick one or two pieces that you really like, that you would like to add to your mermaid garden. And also, because we are considering it a garden, we are going to be using some succulents. So you can go ahead and find some of these succulents. You can find them at Home Depot, Lowe's, or you can even order them online. And I think the taller ones are really nice for to give it that kind of seaweed type feeling. But you could also get some of these really fun twirly ones as well. And they all work, and we will talk about succulent care when we get to that part of the video. And lastly, you will need a container that you think you would like to use for your garden. It could either be round and clear like this. You could use a dish that might not be see-through, but you could just play with the layer that goes on top. But I like to use this because it adds a lot more color when we fill it with either sea glass or marbles. And the last thing you'll need is filler, and again, that could be marbles or it could be sea glass depending on what you would like to use. So go ahead and gather your materials and we will get started. Our first step will be filling our glass container. Now you can either fill it with sea glass or you could fill it with marbles of your choice. And all of these marbles we just purchased from the dollar store, so very easy to find, and you can get them in different colors. I'm just using plain turquoise marbles because the surface that I'm going to choose to do will have different colors of sea glass. So I'm trying not to make it look too crazy, and I kind of want this to look more like water. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour some of our marbles into our glass containers. And it will be a little noisy, but that's to be expected. So here we go. So once you have your glass container full of marbles, you can go ahead and pick out the sea glass you want to use. Just so you know, sea glasses come in different sizes, so these are larger pieces, but I like these larger pieces because I knew my surface, my circumference was not going to be that large. So rather than use little pieces of sea glass, I chose to use bigger pieces. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and place the sea glass wherever you think it'll fit, and you can layer them on top of each other. If I have sea glass that matches really closely with the turquoise marbles, I'm going to put that as the first layer because I kind of want my colored pieces to show up and be more vibrant. So I'm going to go ahead, put those turquoise pieces as a base, and then I'm going to add my colored sea glass right here. And so you'll see I have some violet in there, I have some red, I have some bright purple, and I have the turquoise sea glass. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to add our mermaid, actually, because depending on where we put everything else, that will determine if we want our mermaid to be moved around or where we want to put our succulents. So I'm just going to put my mermaid right here, and obviously since she's sitting right on top of the sea glass, she's very easy to move around. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and look at my succulents and decide which ones I want to put in. I really like these kind of crazy looking ones, so I'm going to put one, I think, right on the side of her, right here. And you don't have to worry about these succulents taking up a lot of space or needing a lot of water or care. The whole point of succulents is that they're air plants and that they get most of their nutrients from the air. So if you've never had succulents before, the trick is taking them out about once a week and letting them soak in water for about half an hour. And that should take care of them. They'll be perfectly fine. They don't need any kind of food. They don't need any kind of special care. You just make sure that they are getting enough water every week. And again, just soaking them in a dish fully submerged for about half an hour will do it. And you'll know if your plants are happy because they will have little white spores on them. So we have our 3 succulents, which I think is enough for the circumference of this jar. And then you can go ahead and add your shells. Again, I would just pick 1 or 2 that you really like. We don't want it to look crazy in here. We just want it to look really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1 shell there. And actually, I have a sand dollar, which I really love. These are fun to find. And I'm just going to put it right on top, right down here. And last but not least, if we want to add some color, I have this really neat aquarium decoration. Now it comes on a rock, but what I can do is I can literally just pluck off these pieces and put them wherever I want to have some color. So because I really like violet and blues, I'm going to go ahead and just put them right behind the green to break up a lot of the green and blue, and so that it looks a little bit on the mythical side. So we're going to put one here, and we're going to put one right here. And maybe even one behind the larger succulent right here. And so if you can see, you have your very own mythical mermaid garden. The best thing about this is there's no dirt, there's no planting, you're not gluing anything. This is just a really fun way to decorate your table, your office, wherever you are. If you are not a fan of doing a lot of heavy crafting, it's just a really fun way to show off your summer skills and do something a little different. And so I'm glad you joined us today. I hope you enjoy your fairy gardens and, well, your mythical mermaid gardens. And we look forward to crafting with you next time. Take care.